have two different styles of dormitories. We have our suite style and we have our Brady Bunch style. The style you just seen was Brady Bunch style, and basically you have the setup is you have the two rooms that share an adjoining bathroom. So you're basically sharing a bathroom with three other people. As far as that, you have to clean your own bathroom, bring your own tissue, and that's just for security purposes. You don't want cleaning service walking through your room to clean your bathroom. In our suite style, we have about 4 or 5 rooms in a hallway, and they share like a communal bathroom. But the ratio between toilets and showers and sinks are the same. I guess it's to each his own, because I have friends that lived in the suite style and they loved it, and I lived in Brady Bunch style. I actually lived in this building and I love this style. We also have a different security system for each style. For Brady Bunch style, when we walked in, we actually had to have someone let us in, because you have to have a key to get in. But once you get into the building, you can pretty much roam anywhere around this building. So between 7 p.m. and 3 a.m., there's a proctor that sits at the front desk, and they actually have a login. Everyone who comes in and out of the building. Once your guest stays over 12 a.m., they're considered to be an overnight guest, and we do have a guest policy in which you and your roommate have to sign a guest form in front of the proctor, saying that the roommate agrees that you can have a guest and your guest can stay for 2 consecutive nights. That's the same for a suite style as far as the guest policy. The security policy for suite style is a little bit different. We have something called a 3-lock system, and they have this one key that lets them into the front door, that lets them into their hallway, and that lets them into their room. So suite style is a little bit different, because once you get into the building, you're like locked. You're in the stairwell. If you don't have the keys to get in that hallway, you cannot get into that hallway. All our dorms are co-ed. With the Brady Bunch style, you just you'll share the bathroom with the same gender, but across the hall may be guys. With suite style, the whole floor is one gender and will be all females, and then the next floor will be all males. One thing about how we choose the roommates is when you're accepted here, we have a questionnaire online. My suggestion is that you don't have your parents fill it out, because they ask questions like, what is your favorite music, what time do you study, where do you study, what time do you go to bed, and you don't want your parents to fill it out and say you like to study in the library all the time, you go to sleep at 9 p.m., and then you really get someone like that, and you do not get along. So I say be as honest as possible, because they try to match you up with someone who has the same lifestyle as you.
Also, in all the dorms, every hall has an RA, which is a resident assistant. That's usually an upperclassman here, or is an upperclassman here, and they're there to help you. They put on events about once a month to get people within the hall to get to know each other and form a community. Also, they're there if you need to talk to them. You could just go knock on their door and tell them anything. If you're having roommate issues, you could go talk to them, and they will try to mediate it between you and your roommate. Also, each building has a resident director, the RD, and they're in charge of the entire building, but you don't want to go talk to them, because that usually means you're in trouble. But they're really open. You could go talk to them at any time. They're grad students. Sorry.
Also, all the rooms are furnished. You have a bed, you have a desk with a chair, a dresser, and a closet. We do have a list of all the things that you can bring and all the things you cannot bring. I know when we walked in that building, it was pretty warm, only because the weather is it's nice one day, it's cold the next day, so the heat is still on in that building. But you can bring a fan and you will survive. I lived in that building. So you're pretty much here from September to May, so you're not the hottest month of the year. So, I mean, it was livable. The apartments are air conditioned. That's for upperclassmen. When we were on that side, all the way over there, we had our townhouses, which is our upperclassmen living. They have their own rooms. I live in Edgewood, which is like a double apartment, so I have a roommate, but I live in an apartment as well. Freshman and sophomore, your housing is guaranteed. We actually are putting up new beds that will be finished in this fall, actually, and that's why this 322 is locked off, because they're building Rowan Boulevard. So yeah, freshman and sophomore housing is guaranteed. After sophomore year, you go into a lottery system, and which happens, you fill out a line. You say who you want your roommate to be, and then you'll say what your preference is, and then they'll do a lottery system, and you'll get picked, and they'll put you in a room. we do have, sometimes people are waitlisted, but they try to get you in the first 2 weeks of school, and that's based on the distance you live from the university. I've lived here for 4 years. I've never been waitlisted. And with the new beds going up, pretty much, yeah, you're gonna have housing.
Is this a common area here?
Yes. Each dormitory has like a lobby area, just so you can come hang out. They have a TV in there, a pool table in there as well. We were gonna go in there, but it's 2 more minutes.
Does anyone have any questions?
And also, I think that there's a washer and dryer on each floor.
Oh, I don't know.
In each dorm, well, in the Brady Bunch style, there's a washer and dryer on each floor. For suite style, they'll have like a larger laundry room, like downstairs, something of that sort. So we do have laundry facilities in the dorm room as well.
Are freshmen allowed to have their car here?
Oh yeah, that's a frequently asked question. Freshmen cannot have cars on campus, with the exception of if you have like a medical reason. Say you have braces, and you need to go to the dentist every month, then yeah, you can have a car. Or if you have a job in which you have to show a pay stub every 2 weeks. And that's only because this is probably like your first time away from home, and they really want to keep you safe, and they want you, just to interact with people on campus and get a feel for the college life. I mean, you definitely could survive without a vehicle here. Just right up the street, we have College Boulevard, which there's ShopRite, there's restaurants. I mean, everything is in walking distance. And like I said, we have shuttles that go out to Philly, so we have shuttles that go to the mall. So you really don't need a car. I mean, I have a car on campus, and I really don't drive it. It sits in the parking lot, and I'm paying $40 for a decal for no reason. So.
I don't have a car on campus still, and I'm a junior, and what really sweet is if you're the freshman with the car, you become the freshman with the car that everybody wants to ride, but nobody has gas money. So take that into consideration.
Microwaves in the dorm.
Yes, refrigerator and microwave. You can purchase those. You can have those in the dorm.
We do have rentals for fridges and microwaves too. If you'd like to do that, they're kind of combined, but you're allowed to bring your own. I'd suggest bringing your own because I think the rental costs almost as much as buying one now. So.
How about the laptops? Does this school have a
wireless? Yes, the whole university is wireless.
All the dorms are wireless.
All the dorms are wireless, and
we also we also have an Ethernet plug in each room, well, 2 in each room, so they're both hardwired and wireless.
And also, I just want to point out that we have 55 computer labs on campus, and we do have a 24-hour computer lab that's right across campus. It's actually across the street, across from the rec center. So, I mean, if you don't have a laptop, you don't have a computer, it's not the worst thing in the world. We do have laptop rentals in the library, which you could rent a laptop for 5 days, but you just pretty much rent it every 5 days. But yeah, so we are a wireless university. Any other questions?
Is there a certain computer that the college recommends?
We don't recommend one. We are Dell certified if the tech desk is. I think it would also depend on the major that you're working on. Like I think art majors should probably recommend it to have a Mac.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of Macs. Like in the school and stuff.
Okay. A lot of the programs that we use are made available to us. Like we don't actually have to purchase any programs that you need. At least in my experience, like the engineering programs, they're on the computers available to us at school. So basically, I use my computer for like word processing and stuff. So
they don't have a deal where as incoming freshmen you get a computer for a certain price.
We don't do a computer deal here.
Okay.
Any other questions? Because this is basically like our last stop. We're going to drop you off at the bookstore. I hope that you go in and buy some Rowan apparel. But this is your time to ask all the questions because after this is the end. Any other questions?
Okay. Well, we're going to walk you across the street, and we'll be hanging out for a few minutes if you need directions or if you want to know someplace to eat or something. So,
that's the end of the tour. Thank you for visiting Rowan University.
I know they changed a lot there.